Hi everyone, Jess from Jelly Digital again. I'm here to give you another tip on your Google Ads campaign. One thing that people always ask is what columns should I have displayed on my Google Ads campaign? Now it seems like something a little bit silly, like why should, picking out different columns to show, but it is really important. Whatever data that you're looking at will allow you to make appropriate decisions about your campaign. And if you don't have the right information showing, how can you make the right decisions? And there is so many different statistics and information and bits of data that Google can show you about your account. And it can get a little bit confusing, wading through what is more important and what's not. So super easy, really quick. We're just going to go through right now what columns I use. It might not be the best for you, but this is what I find works the best. So if we navigate to our campaign here, I have two campaigns running at the moment. The second one is quite new, so it doesn't have much data at all. The first one is extremely, it's been running for quite a few years. And the columns are a little bit out of date. So what I'm going to do is click columns and modify columns. Now, first of all, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get rid of anything that I don't think is needed. I'm going to remove interactions, interaction rate, average cost, optimization score, and bid strategy type, and campaign type. The rest of these I'll go through in a second, and what I'm going to do is come over to performance and clicks. In performance, what we need to be seeing about our campaign. How many clicks are we getting? Cost, how much is the overall cost of the campaign? Impressions, so how many times, and if you hover over it, it will tell you, but how many times our ad popped up in the search results page? Click-through rate, how many times did someone actually click on the ad? And average cost per click is the other one that we want to be looking at for a Google Ads search campaign. We're going to close that down and we're going to come to conversions. Now, we definitely want the top three selected: conversions, cost per conversion, and conversion rate. Close that. Come down to competitive metrics. We want search impression share. Close that. And I always like to select phone calls because I want to see if there have been any phone calls to the business. Now, come over to this side, and what we're going to do is move them in the order that kind of just makes sense. So what I want to see first is impressions. So how many times is my ad showing in a search results page? Then once it's shown, how many people have actually clicked on it? So we're kind of taking it, we kind of want the columns to go from left to right in the order of the customer journey, I guess. So how often did it show? How often was it clicked on? What was the click-through rate? What was the average cost to get that click? Then the people that actually reached my website, how many of them converted? What was the cost per conversion? What was the conversion rate? What was the overall cost of the entire, all the clicks, etc.? Search impression share. So how often out of 100, how many times out of 100 opportunities my ad had to show, how many times did it pop up? And this is mostly controlled by budget. Google itself says if you want to increase your search impression share, that you need to increase your budget. This current account is a white label client. And I, with search impression share, commonly have a lower search impression share percentage because I'm not directly conversing with the clients. And the clients obviously have an idea of how much budget they want to spend and how much they can afford. So sometimes it's a little bit frustrating having a look at that column and not seeing the best results. But as long as we're delivering conversions to a client, they're generally happy within their budget. And the last one is phone calls. And what we're going to do is click save. And so here we have, in order from left to right, it makes sense. It's a customer journey. Impressions, how often did it show? How many people clicked on it? What was the click-through rate? The average cost? the conversions that came from those clicks, the cost per conversion, conversion rate, the overall cost within the dates that you've selected, search impression share, and then how many phone calls. So we can see there's 455 calls to this client through this ad. So someone has seen the ad and they have called our business. The next area, which is really important to display the right columns, is in keywords. So you want to go to keywords, you want to click on search keywords, and that's going to bring this up. Again, it's a little bit old, so the columns are a little bit out of date. So what we're going to do is click columns. Again, get rid of these, get rid of that. We're going to come back, performance, clicks, cost, impressions. We want click-through rate. We want average cost per click. Again, we will come down to conversions, top 3, excellent. Come down again, we want search impression share, really important if you're doing manual bidding. Phone calls, and now this is where we differ from the home dashboard, the general campaign dashboard. It's quality score. So when you are in the keyword dashboard, you can see the quality scores that Google has given each keyword. We want to see how we're rating for each individual keyword. So we're going to click quality score, which is the overall score. We then want to see the breakdown of that score. So we want expected click-through rate, landing page experience, and ad relevance. And we'll come across over to here and order them again in line with the customer journey. So what we want is impressions, clicks. We want click-through rate. Click-through rate, average cost per click, conversions, cost per conversion, conversion rate. I put the quality scores next. Quality score. So quality score is made up of ad relevance, landing page experience, expected click-through rate. And then we have phone calls and search impression share. Click apply. And here we have, make this smaller. And again, some of these have lower quality scores, but the performance of this campaign, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But here we go. So we have all of the relevant columns that I need to see to be able to make appropriate decisions based on the data about changes that I need to make to this campaign. And again, this is in the journey, in line with the customer journey. And we can then see the quality scores. And from here, I can have a look at all of the information that's most important to me in terms of my search campaign, and I can make the best decisions in terms of how to optimize and to understand if it's working well or if it's not. So super quick video. These are the columns that I use. I encourage you to do the same. It just puts the data into an easier way to digest. Thanks. If you've got any questions, please reach out. We'd love to help you with your business. Or if you've got any questions on how to manage your account, reach out. We're happy to help. Thanks.